In this video, I'm going to cover continuous glucose monitors. I'm going to be specifically experimenting with it and giving you my feedback on what the process is like, what are the options out there, and whether it would make sense for you to utilize a continuous blood glucose monitor as part of the health gadgets that you use and as part of your health routine. All right, hey guys, this is Mamoon Farm D. All right, guys, I recently bought the continuous glucose monitor. This is Stelo from Dexcom, and this is over-the-counter, direct-to-consumer, so I did not need a prescription for this. And I'm going to test it out. And what I want to find out is having a continuous glucose monitor something that is worth it? And should you invest money into this month to month? Because this was $99, a one-time payment, which is reasonable compared to the other continuous glucose monitors on the market, like the ones from Level and NutriSense, and a hefty investment for, you know, month to month. So the point of this video is, should you be using this every single month, 365 days a year, or should you be doing it sparingly and maybe a couple of times a year? What's a better option, and what would work for you is going to be different than what works for me. But hopefully you find this helpful, and you know, you can learn something from my my own experience. I'll be documenting and sharing this journey for the month as I go through this and see how helpful it is. And I think one thing that I'm concerned about with the blood glucose monitor, and with, like I am with all other forms of objective measures of your health, whether you're using a Whoop, whether you're using heart rate monitors, whatever it is, I think number one, what starts to happen is this obsession, this unhealthy obsession with the numbers. And number two, the other thing that I've noticed happen, especially with me, is that I completely forget about it. I mean, I have a Fitbit, and I rarely am checking my sleep, my heart rate variability. I'm rarely checking those numbers. So it's almost like becomes an accessory piece that you put on. And I'm worried that it would be the same thing with the Stelo, that this just becomes another accessory, a health accessory piece that you have that you don't really use very much, you don't rely on very much, and you're not changing your behavior based on the feedback that you're getting. Okay, so I've opened up the box. This is what the box inside the box looks like. The package insert and the applicator as well. There it is. You can see a needle right there. All right, here we go. It's in. I don't see any blood coming out, which is good. All right, so it's officially in. I'm now a health tech bro. I'm one of those cool guys that walks around with a Whoop. I don't have a Whoop though. Oura Ring, I don't have an Oura Ring. I used to have it, but I'm one of those health tech bros that walks around with a glucose sensor and an Oura Ring. I'm a cool dude now. You're not doing health right if you don't have a Whoop or an Oura Ring or a continuous blood glucose monitor. Just finishing up the final steps in the app, pairing the glucose monitor with the Stelo app, and the application of it is actually not painful at all. You don't even notice anything. Pairing complete. Your sensor is warming up. The Stelo sensor, it came with two sensors. each sensor you wear for 15 days, and then you change it out. So the warm-up is complete. Let's take a look at what my blood glucose readings are. Now keep in mind, I've not had any food. It is 12:43 p.m. Central Time, and I've had no food. The only thing I've had is coffee, and then the Laird Superfoods creamer. It's got some calories in it, but I haven't had an actual meal. Blood glucose right now is 108. There you go, 108. So it says your glucose is in the target range, because you can click on the number to get some more details about it. So it says your glucose is in target range. Target range is where you want your glucose to be for most of the day. Okay, update on the continuous glucose monitor. It is 11:09 p.m. Still intact. Pretty good job. I've been wearing it I think for the past 12 hours, I want to say, and I've had, let's see, to test it out like an hour after I wore it. I had my wife wanted me to, to test it out because she was interested. She wanted to see what the response was when I have, like, so she asked me to have a banana, so I had a banana, and then moments later I had a Rice Krispie. Again, like nothing, no ridiculous spikes. I mean, that's really what you want to be looking for. Is you want to see is, you know, blood glucose level going up, increasing as a result of you consuming carbohydrates is a normal response. It's a healthy response. The question is how fast, and how fast does it go up, and how high does it go, and how quickly are you able to get back within the target range, which for me and for most people, healthy people, it's between 120 to 140. Right now, as of 11:11 p.m., I am sitting at 89. Let me see, put this in. Let's focus. Yep, 89. I haven't had ridiculous amounts of carbs. But so I had banana, a Rice Krispie, and then I had obviously caffeine. That's a must. And I went into the gym around, let's see, I went into the gym around like 2:30, started the workout around 2:40. I worked out I did cardio, the Stairmaster. I did 40 minutes on that. Obviously, it was interesting to see the response. Obviously, as expected, blood glucose decreased after, which is a healthy, normal response. And this is why exercising is so beneficial. It's so beneficial for cardiovascular health, for a healthy insulin response, healthy glucose response. So a couple hours after, when I came home after picking up the kids, and one needed to start getting dinner ready, and I decided to have a protein shake, and that's it. So oat milk, the Ascent whey protein isolate. I had 50 grams total, so I had that. I had a small, like a half a bagel. I had some oysters that I ended up sharing with my almost 2-year-old. And then I had dinner, which was lamb ribs and, 2 corn on the cobs. And then I wrapped up the night with a nightcap of some Greek yogurt and some sort of low-carb granola mix, and that is where I ended the night. So I wanted to make this, first video of me having the blood glucose monitor. So far, so good. It's been interesting. One thing I'll say is that it's making me slightly more mindful of what I want to eat, because I know that it's made me more mindful, but it's also made me curious to see how certain foods impact my blood glucose. And so I'm looking forward to this. This video is for the first day of wearing the blood glucose monitor. I'll circle back at the 15-day mark, make another video when I've had more data to interpret and more feedback for you guys, and then I will make a video at the 30-day mark after wearing the blood glucose monitor for 30 days and give you some additional feedback and review to help you make a decision as to whether it's something that you want to consider or not. Last night was my first night wearing the CGM, and I woke up this morning to look at the data and I noticed something interesting. At around 3 in the morning, my blood glucose spiked, went up to 132. And I was curious, why would that be? Now, it's still within the normal range, but I'm still interested as to why did it go up to 132, considering the fact that I'm sleeping, not having anything to eat or drink. And I wanted to find out, so we're gonna use Google's Gemini to find out and get some answers. And one quick point, this is the benefit of having tech health tools like this, is it allows you to understand your body better. To understand, for example, why is it that at 3 a.m. in the morning, my blood glucose went up? Like, what's the reason? So it allows you, getting that feedback, allows you to become a more curious individual about your own body, which is, I think, is a good thing overall. All right, so a few reasons. I'm going to try to zoom in as close as I can here. All right, so we've got a couple of potential answers. You've got the dawn phenomena. That's a common physiological response. So it happens between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. Your body starts to release a surge of hormones like cortisol and growth hormone. Reason being to prepare you to wake up. Now, so these hormones can signal to your liver to produce more glucose, which leads to a rise in blood glucose or blood sugar levels. Okay, perfect. So a 3 a.m. spike within the typical time frame and pattern of the dawn phenomena. Then you got the first night. Reason 2 could be because it's the first night of using the CGM. So Stelo and other continuous blood glucose monitors actually measure glucose in the interstitial fluid. So in the fluid between the cells, not directly in the blood. So there can be some natural lag time between the changes in blood glucose and changes in interstitial fluid. That's understandable, but it still doesn't, I don't think this answers the question because I still did not have anything. I mean, my last meal was around like 9:30 p.m., so this doesn't really explain. I think the dawn phenomena is a more appropriate explanation for why my blood glucose went up to 132. And then late night food intake, okay, possibly, but again, my last meal was at around 9:30 p.m. and then after that, a few hours later, went to bed. So I don't think that rise is explained by late night food intake. The somogi, I hope I'm saying that right. The rebound hyperglycemia, it's less common. There where blood glucose drops low overnight, and then you've got stress or illness, definitely stressed. Even mild stress or underlying illness, not sick, can cause your body to sensor pressure. I think it's most likely one of the following is that it was the first night of using the CGM, or it's because of the dawn phenomena. If you liked this video and found it helpful, then make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the updates on day 15 and day 30, where I give a full breakdown and review of whether it's worth it or not to have a continuous blood glucose monitor.